Okay guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So we got finally some new scans for the DLC 5 for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, surprisingly, there's actually no confirmation of the release date, which is just absolutely shocking, but we have some new screens and it looks pretty interesting, guys. Now, this is of course courtesy from DBS Hype. As always, he is producing lots of quality stuff. So let's just go to this image and try to translate this in English as best as we physically can. Now, of course, some of the stuff here is not that greatly translated, but we can tell from the pictures that it's gonna be quite an intense DLC story. Now, as you can see here, the boss character for the 5th DLC, so the main boss character is going to be Piccolo. That's it. We don't know if there's going to be any secret boss potentially, like in obviously or secret event. Just have, for example, like in the DLC with Bardock, where you had like the young Vegeta. So this could be the case as well. After the story, they're actually hiding it in the background, which would be quite cool. But first and foremost, we have here the alter ego of Piccolo, of course, the young Piccolo here, and we can see that he is actually doing quite a lot of different types of moves. The first one here, as you can see here, he is using a special attack here with lots of like lightning and stuff, alright? Then we have this particular attack here, which is the magic hand, effectively. It says here, the release, he stretches his arm and grabs me, or release a huge gas bullet. So basically, same as like Luffy from One Piece, is exactly the same move, like Gomu Gomu no pistol, effectively, which is a move which is gonna grab you and damage you substantially. So the boss is gonna have a lot of different moves. I feel like this particular fight is going to be a bit more challenging, especially because you cannot fly around like an idiot, so then you have to be more focused, okay? Then the next one we have is this one. This one actually caught my attention quite a lot. So the Magic Air Strike Wave. So in this one, I presume Piccolo is going to fly up in the sky and he's going to launch some attacks on the arena. And as you can see here, the arrow effect is quite large. So you have to effectively dodge very fast. You don't have that much time. Or obviously guard yourself, but then your guard may be broken and you may lose some of your health. So you have to really think about what's the best at that point. Now the next one here is of course the gigantification. So here is when basically makes himself huge. Now this is of course a bluff, as you guys know from the manga and from the anime, from the story, from the, I would say, you know, lore. He doesn't actually become stronger per se, he just same power level. It's just that you kind of like, you know, like intimidation mechanisms basically, and then you intimidate your opponent to think that you are actually stronger and more dangerous, but actually you are easier to hit. So Goku, as you can see here, you have to hit his legs, so he effectively loses his equilibrium and lowers his head when you can then jump and do a damage attack against his head. So this is pretty cool because, as you can see here, this fight is going to be very long. He's gonna make different attacks, okay? So he's gonna start off with the basic form, then he's gonna obviously extend his hands, do attacks from the sky, become a giant, and obviously do lots of different attacks from the sky again. So there's going to be lots of different moves which this guy is going to make, so you have to adapt non-stop in the fight, which again is pretty cool. Now of course, as you see here, he also does like this beam from the sky, which is really cool, where he effectively creates a hole in Goku's, like, you know, shoulder and stuff like that, which makes him pretty much unable to move himself. So I believe that the fight is going to be quite long-winded, it's gonna be quite, you know, complex, and it's really cool because it's gonna be like one of those fights which is gonna be like narrative driven. So you have to clear one stage before you go to the next stage, and then it's gonna be a bit more different, and the mechanics are going to change in real time, which is pretty cool. Now of course, about other stuff, for example, like, are we gonna get the tournament mode completed afterwards so we can play it again? No idea, no confirmation whatsoever yet. Are we gonna get any post-end game content? Again, no confirmation whatsoever. So yeah, it says here the following here. It says, chasing Goku with overwhelming power, Ma Jr. it's a good idea to have a good time with your friends and family? Question. Also, I guess this one is effectively saying that, you know, it's gonna be quite a dangerous situation for Goku, so he needs to really focus on the fight because it's gonna be quite powerful opponent, right? In this particular fight, Piccolo was actually, you could call it that he was potentially stronger than Goku because he had more techniques available to himself. Obviously at the end Goku wins, but just by just a small margin. But in terms of like techniques and like combat finesse, obviously Piccolo here is much more prepared than Goku, and he is able to do lots of different tricks effectively, which is gonna give him the upper hand in combat. But yeah guys, so that's it for this video. There's not much more than this. Like I said before, unfortunately the game did not come in May when I thought it was gonna come. I'm not sure when it's gonna come, maybe like in June now, because, you know, we have the Summer Game Fest event coming very soon. So that Summer Game Fest is on the 8th of June actually, which it's pretty cool. I do hope that they release the DLC before this event, because it would make sense for them, especially because in this event Bandai Namco is participating. So if Bandai Namco is participating, they may make an announcement on the Budokai Tenkaichi 4, okay? So it would just make perfect sense for them to effectively give us the game, give us the DLC 5 before this announcement, because it would just make so much more sense, guys. But anyway, that's it for today's video. As always, we shall wait for the DLC. Cannot wait. I'm really excited, guys. We will stream this, of course, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that the duration of this is gonna be at least 5 hours, more or less, which would be pretty awesome, to be honest. And fingers crossed, guys, we will get the tournament mode post story. They have to give it to us, Bandai. If you have not decided on this yet, if you're watching this video, if anyone shows you this video, please give us the tournament mode so we can replay it as much as we want. Same as in any of the Budokai games or the Budokai Tenkaichi games, the tournament mode is a must for Dragon Ball games. Come on, give it to us. Anyway guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next one.